What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Doomsday Device Gaming. Today we have us Mr. Israel right here, who's been on a tear with the fish, man. He's been making them banish, making opponents banish, doing a whole bunch of crap with them, man. So how do you like the deck?
Pretty good.
Nice.
It's very fun, interactive, and plays on my opponent's turn, so it's pretty annoying sometimes.
As a man who's lost his deck quite a few times, I can definitely say he is 100% right. I hate the deck, but it's absolutely fucking great. It's so much fun. All right, man, you ready to get into profile?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So, I run my starters is going to be 3 Paces, 3 Shift, and 2 Zep Ruby. These 6 are usually your starters for the deck. This helps recycle so much, and this usually goes with the other card that I'm also running, which is 2 Snopios. These 2 interact pretty well during my opponent's turn, and I usually banish these for his summon effects as material. So these go very well together, and yeah, it's just 7 tuners and 2 of the octopus, and then for the extender I run the 3 E-sheep. Normally I see people run 2. I think that's fine also, but I feel comfortable running 3. I usually like to see this most of the time in my hand, whether if it's 2 or 1. If it's 2, I usually special to after a banish, and then normal to make dweller. But overall, this is basically the bread and butter of the deck. So that's basically all my Ghoties.
Nice.
For my non-Ghoti fish monsters, I run 1 Silent Angler and 2 Leaf Fish. So the only reason why I'm running 2 Leaf Fish is because I run a certain engine that you'll see in a bit that prevents me to not run 3. And then this is also your 1 card combo, which is amazing. But I normally want to see this as much as I can if I didn't draw the engine. But if I draw the engine, 2 is just fine. This card, just 1. Kind of want to run a second one. Not sure what to take out yet, but this goes real great with the tuner monsters. I can just normal, special, and make my plays. I don't really special summon from the hand that much, but I may try to find a second one somehow. And then for the other monsters, I run 1 Magna Hut and 2 Druisworm. Kind of have to main these in this format with tier running rampant all over the place. So this helps a lot, especially during your opponent's turn. And if you have like one of the fish monsters, you can where do you go? There you go. You can just sink and make a level 8, which is insane. One of my favorite things to do is just sink for a level 8 and get 2 effects off, either from Whale or Ascan, and then Chainlink 2 or 1 for the Druisworm. It's pretty nice to clear the board.
Nice, man.
So I think I feel comfortable with this for now. But other than that, that's the other monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And then hand traps. The only hand traps I run is a 3D shifter. Love it or hate it.
Hate it, very much so, but hey, you got, if it works in your deck, you got to run it.
It works. It interacts pretty well with my tuners, but not so well for the materials in my graveyard. This can kind of sting me a little bit because I need cards in my graveyard to banish for Ascan or Arion Post material effect. But honestly, this hurts more than tier than me, so I rather play differently while this is active than not play this at all. So this is pretty standard and a must-have for Ghoties.
Yeah, with tier running around, I get it, man. I 100% get it.
Yeah. And finally, so for the engine that I mentioned earlier, I do run the Brave package. This helps protect me for anyone who runs Nibiru or any card that might be a problem, such as Imperm or any other card that I can decide to negate with Griffin. I'm only running 2, not 3. Over time, playtesting and going through a lot of trial and error, I find 3 a little bit too cloggy. Sometimes I keep drawing extra, so I figured only 2 would be safe and just 3 just to search. This is also really good if I don't draw the level 4s. I can just summon a token, either sync for Arion Post or wait till next turn to trigger this on my opponent's turn and then feel safe to sync with the token. So I would always have a level 4, so it's pretty nice. And plus bouncing this with a fusion monster my opponent controls, like Tier or any other extra deck or face down card, it just feels real nice too. So that's basically the reason why I only run 2 Leaf Fish, just in case for that reason. And I'm also not running the Tuneful Princess for that reason as well. So that's basically the Brave package I run for the deck. And sometimes I don't play this on game 2. I usually side it out if I need to, because usually my opponents would always side the back row hate or evenly, and if they evenly me with the single token, I'm kind of screwed.
Yeah.
So I just swap it out. So yes, like you can play the Ghoti deck without the Brave package, but I choose for the Omni Negate and the level 4. So that's it for that. So for the spells, I run 1 Instant Fusion, 1 Ready Fusion, and 1 Forged Burial. This helps bring out Enchantress or any of the Ghoti monsters like Fit or Shift that I can activate. These 2 is amazing. I might run 2 of this just so I can bring out the materials that I'm missing, whether it's a level 4 Fusion Fish or Tuner that I'll mention later. But that's one of that I run in the deck. The 2 ofs I run Prosperity, 2 Talents. Sure, this might conflict a little bit with the draw effect, but most of the time I use a hand or to change a heart effect if I happen to draw or activate this. You kind of have to run Talents. I wish I could run 3, but I have no room. And I'm already running a 43 card deck. But I think this is fine for now, and just to draw the pieces I need, or or one of the Brave cards. This helps too. Consistency. And the 3 of, I run 3 field spells. This card's amazing. Originally I was running 2 and 1 terraforming or forced terraforming, but I haven't seized this card so many times in my hand, I ended up removing the terraforming. But this helps with your consistency. Search whatever Ghoti monster you need. Like, you can just banish literally any fish monster. It doesn't have to be a Ghoti, and then add the Ghoti cards that you need. This works well with Ascan. This works well with Snelpios. And it's amazing to see my opponents sometimes like Cosmic this or Lightning Storm it whenever I have Synchro Fish, and this just ends up staying, and the surprise on their face is hilarious. But I don't use the effect to return this back to my hand. I think I've used it maybe once in a while, but normally, I don't really use that effect. But yeah, you have to run through these cards, and nutty. It's insane.
Nice.
And then finally, the 3 cards is Imperm. Imperm's nice. I can't think of a reason why I shouldn't play it. It's amazing to hit Kakalos or any of the sprite cards that I come across, and it's pretty helpful versus Rogue too. So pretty good in the deck. I think it's gonna stay.
Hell yeah, nice, man. How do you feel about the small bestial package? I know a lot of people run more than you do.
Yeah, I see people run maybe like 6 or maybe they don't even run Magna Hut, they just run Druid Swarm.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I can't find room for a 4th one.
Gotcha, yeah, 43, you're still pushing it, I get that.
Yeah, I really want to run a second Magna Hut in my main, but 43 is enough because I'm running the Brave package, and I think a fourth bistro would have been nice, and I think people who run more are more prepared, and you know.
Gotcha, but you got more ways to banish stuff, so you're fine.
Yeah, I got more ways to banish stuff. You know, funny thing is, like, there's been many instances where I had two different Bestials, the Jerusalem Magna Hut, and I would D-shifter. And this happened, I think, Friday, actually. I had Magna Hut, Jerusalem, and I drew into two D-shifter, and then make the Enchantress, whatever, adventure play. And then the next turn, I would banish my own D-shifter with the Jerusalem and then discard another D-shifter.
That's funny.
That was a hilarious moment I had a couple days ago, but that's it for the main.
Nice. All right, let's go to the extra. What you got?
So for the extra deck, I run 2 Exceeds, 1 Stealth Kragan, and 1 Dweller. Dweller, you kind of have to this format. I think everyone should be running Dweller. It's a pretty broken card to this format. Stealth Kragan, I usually mostly play this versus Rogue, mostly against, what's this? I guess just Rogue in general. But this helps versus other decks like Sword Soul that's running around still, and then Sprite. If they summon Sprite, I just kill the first monster they summon so they can't special, unless they got starter. Yeah, that's the only 2 Exceeds I run. And then the Link monsters, I run 1 Arian and 1 Elf. Elf is amazing because I run a bunch of tuners, special tuner, and protect any synchro monster I have that's pointing from this card. So this is really good. And I want to run 1 area. The only reason I'm running area right now is because whenever my opponent would have a Root Kalos, or they have a Rhino Heart Water Monster in the grave, I would most of the time I would always run over the Root Kalos, and then I guess turn main phase 2, summon her, and then take the Root Kalos from his grave. Nice. Or the level 4 water monster that they run. So that's really the only reason why I run this. There's been many instances where I do play against other Rogue too that has water, and I just take from this. So this is really nice. Either I sync with the monster or I just keep it.
Gotcha.
So that's it for the links. For the fusions, this is a 2 that I run, Rare Fish and Alvain. I run this particularly because it's a level 4 fish monster. So it's a banished material as well for my Snopios or the field spell. And this is a tuner that I mentioned earlier where if I need a material, if I draw the level 4s or draw the adventure token or summon the adventure token, I would just summon this and summon Snopia, Arion Post, and start making my plays. So those are the only 2 fusion I run in the deck. And then for my synchros, Ghoti synchros, or fish synchros, 2 Arion Posts, 2 Ascan, and 2 Deep Beyond. So 2 is good. I don't think running a third one is I feel like running 3 Ascan is too much. If you're running 3, you're kind of just grinding at this point. So I think 2 is just a safe number for this card. Arion Post is pretty neat. This is a card that makes a deck happen. It's insane. But I think 2 is fine. If you run 3, I've been playing this deck for for a while now, and I have never ran into a situation where I needed a third one, so 2 is fine. And then 2 Beyond, I see people run 1, and that's okay, but I run 2 because most of the time my opponent would either Veiler or Impermit, and they just get rid of it into the grave. And if worst case scenario, if I run into a grind game, a second one would be pretty helpful. But if anything, I just banish this one for the prosperity target.
Gotcha.
And finally, the other non-Ghoti fish monsters, I run 1 whale, 1 Risen Dragite, and 1 Baron.
Nice.
White whale's pretty good. I wish I could run 2, but no room. But just for those other people who want to play Ghoti, be aware that this card can miss timing. It has a when you can effect, which sucks. So you have to plan your plays with this card. But other than that, this is an amazing card. It attacks twice, it does piercing. If my opponent is destroyed by battle or card effect, I can bring it back by banishing a fish monster, which is even better. And it's level 8 fish, so I can sync with Great Beyond, so it's pretty neat.
Awesome.
Then Dragai, I don't really summon him that much, but most of the time on turn 3 or turn 2, I would use him as a synchro climb in case my opponent has like cards like that would like spell trap that would prevent me from going into 10 or Baron. But most of the time, this card's pretty neat. I've used the mill effect once just for fun to see what card I can mill from top of my deck and then return to the deck. But I mean, yeah, it's a nice Omni Negate for spell and traps. And then Baron, probably the best card in the extra deck. Negate.
Baron is busted.
Pop a card, standby phase. I could just return them and bring back an Ascan in the grave, and then resync if I can with a different monster. But yeah, pretty good. Want to go back to this card real quick, Great Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people aren't really aware of this, but this card does have a +1 or more fish tuner. I had in a situation where I had Snowpeels and 2 tuners, and I synced, and they called Judge, and they don't realize that I can use more than one fish tuners to bring them out. So
it's hilarious.
It's pretty nice, and I've seen some people miss that. So if you're looking to play Ghoti, don't miss that. It's pretty neat. Side deck. Before we go into side deck, I just want to show off my tokens. Those custom-made tokens that I made from.
And you made these yourself?
Yeah.
Nice. Because I know somebody's probably going to ask in the comments, you take commissions for these or no?
No.
Okay. Well, never mind.
I have a busy lifestyle right now, so I try to fit what I can.
Nice. You should make a video about how to make these at some point.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
I'll think about it.
Okay. All right. Now let's get to the side stuff. Let's see what kind of hate we got.
All right, side deck. Let's start with 1. I run the Magna Hut.
There's a 4th one.
Yeah, that's the 4th one. But he's just sitting in my side deck. If I play against Flow Unders, I don't want to see any Bestials, so that's the only reason why I'm keeping it at 3 for now in my main. But deep down, I really want to run a 4th, but I think this is safe.
Oh yes, the eternal matchup of birds versus fish.
Yeah,
of course, birds versus fish.
Yeah, birds is definitely a tough matchup for me. It's literally just a barrier statue that screws me over, but that's about it. So that's the one of that I run. The other cards I run Lightning Storm and Cosmic. I run Cosmic just so if I play against Tier, I can just banish their spell and traps rather than like destroying it with Twin Twister and then plussing. So, and plus it helps, I guess, other decks too with back row. And then Lightning Storm, I guess for Flow Unders or any other rogue decks is pretty nice against them. So that's the back row 8 I run. Mm-hmm. Man, my favorite card, Double D-Fissure. I don't run 3, don't have room, but if I do, I would run it. This card's insane. Don't know what Konami was thinking, putting D-Fissure at 3 and Macro to 3, while we had 3 D-Shifter running around. But this card, it shuts Tier down completely. This goes back to Diminish Shifter. It does sting a little with no materials in my grave, but this hurts more Tier than Ghoti. So this is really nice. 2 Dogwood. Time rules suck, so we kind of have to run some time cards in the side remain. So yeah, I don't know what. It's kind of self-explanatory right now.
Yeah, of course.
Play triple evenly. I don't know how I feel about this card, but whenever I draw it, it helps, but sometimes my opponent can bounce back afterwards.
Woohoo! We live by an airbase, so
yeah, we're near by an airbase, so there's planes flying. But yeah, it's just 3 evenly right now. It's pretty good versus Tier, Rogue, or sometimes Sprite. They don't have the totally awesome, so pretty good. And then finally, my tech of the format. I run 3 Get Outs.
Ooh, yeah.
This card is pretty good. I had fantastic results with E3 versus Tier, sometimes Sprite, and any other decks. Against the Despia Lubellion decks too. This card has helped me so much get rid of any problematic cards. But yeah, definitely staying in my side deck has been pretty helpful.
Hey man, so you want to talk about some matchups here real quick? How are your matchups usually?
Oh man, it's mostly Shizu tier, but
Of course,
like,
as there's everybody's.
yeah, like Friday it was like 3 Shizu tier, Flow Underease, Naturia, and Dark World, and I think it was Dark World, yeah. And then
You think it was me? I hate you.
Yeah. Sorry, it's been, that Friday was a long day, and then today it was DDD's, the Witchcrafter, and Sprite. So small tournament today, but decent size one Friday, going back to back. So.
Yeah, nice man. Hell yeah! When I saw you win, I was like, this is great. Like we gotta film something because the fish are taking over, man. That's super cool. When all the new support first came out, I was like, this will be okay, whatever. But I never thought, it'd be like, decent to kind of do back to back with. But you were doing it, man. That's badass. Hell yeah. You're making all the fish duelists proud. Just remember,
trying.
In my heart, I think fish are better than birds. So that's all we gotta do. The fish gotta beat the birds. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Israel, do you have any shoutouts or anything you want to do real quick before we head out?
Well, here goes another
Shout out to the airbase. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I am a little nervous, but other than that, I'm not really a camera guy. But I guess just shout outs to stores around me like Epic Cards and Games, Evolution Games, and Sci-Fi in Keller. Those stores have been pretty nice to play test, practice, and pick up the cards I need. Shout out to you, Milos.
Thanks, homie. We got a shout out collected for this tournament too. Hell yeah.
The comics, that shout out to them too. And I get a shout out to my girlfriend who's supporting me too, so that's nice.
Aw, damn, ladies, he's taken. Any ladies watching this? Like the 0 ladies watching this? Hell yeah.
Oh,
there we go. All right, well, hey guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been Israel with his fish. He's dominating locals right now, going back 2 tournaments in a row. I'm gonna post in the comments if he keeps on winning, just for fun, update y'all, and then be like, no, he's losing streak. He's finally lost his winning streak when that happens.
And I'm
but
looking forward to play this in regionals too.
Oh hell yeah! All right, so you're gonna see his name in the top 8. Fish is gonna top the Fort Worth regionals. Let's go. There's no hoping it's gonna happen. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching, and see y'all later. Bye.